What's up to all our sidekicks and henchmen out there in the Geek Nation? I'm Johnny Destructo, and I'm here to bring you an advanced review for a book that's coming out later this week, and that is from DC Comics' Black Label imprint, Hellblazer Rise Fall from Tom Taylor and Darick Robertson. Hellblazer, John Constantine, is one of my favorite characters going back quite a while. He was originally introduced in the Swamp Thing in the 80s, and then he had a 300-issue run from Vertigo, which started in the mid-80s and went so long. And then after the New 52 happened, they sort of folded him into the DC universe proper, where he could meet characters like Superman, etc., which usually never happened before in his regular series. And then Tom Taylor, the guy who's writing this, he's another one of my favorite writers, and he is responsible for DC Comics' Deceased, which is basically sort of zombies meets the DC universe. And he also did Injustice, which is a comic book series based on a video game, and it was way better than it had any right to be. I was shocked at how much fun that series is, and he's been bringing a lot of that to Deceased. And then he's got another series coming up for Marvel called Dark Ages, which I think is another sort of out-of-continuity style story, but for Marvel. So I'm looking forward to that. But he is currently doing Hellblazer Rise and Fall, which I want to say is like either a 3 or 4 issue miniseries, which is generally what they've been doing with the Dark Label imprint from DC. And he's the perfect character for Black Label. It makes perfect sense. I'm a little disappointed, and by little I mean immensely disappointed, that his main title, John Constantine Hellblazer, which is written by Cy Spurrier, has just been canceled. Looks like it's going to only run 12 issues, and then that's it. It's done. And it's really a shame, because there have been a smattering of different John Constantine Hellblazer series on and off since the New 52 happened, and none of them have captured the spirit of the character, in my opinion, as much as this brand new series from Cy Spurrier. So I was really disappointed to hear that it's getting canceled. And Cy Spurrier, if you check on his blog, wrote a really nice write-up about it and sort of his feelings on it and how heartbroken he is. And hopefully, maybe he'll be able to come back to it at some point. So if you love John Constantine, buy the trade paperback that's coming out from Cy Spurrier. If you get a chance to grab it, maybe buying the trade paperbacks will show DC that people like this character and they want more from this character, and that maybe this series is worth saving. But anyway, that was a whole long preamble to get you to Hellblazer Rise and Fall. And I'm going to put 60 seconds on my clock, and I'm going to go. Boop. So, like I said, this is a perfect character for the Black Label series from DC. The art is Darick Robertson, and I'm not a huge Darick Robertson fan, but I think it looks just fine here. It's definitely art that is in tune with the themes of the story, so it makes sense to have him as an artist. I really like the oversized magazine size dimensions of the comic, and basically you've got a mystery about angels falling from the sky and impaling themselves, and you don't know if they're real angels or if they're just fake angels with wings stitched onto them, or what it is. It's sort of a mystery. And this mystery actually goes back to John Constantine's childhood. So there's a dead friend of his and a friend of his that he wasn't allowed to see because of that mishap. And they're trying to solve this mystery together. And it's just as brutal. Ah! Gah! So, yeah, I don't know if any of that was really spoilers. It's hard not to talk about the book with mild spoilers, I guess. The fact that it goes back to his childhood, and I don't remember seeing too much about John's childhood, so this was interesting. So yeah, highly recommend it. Hellblazer Rise and Fall, #1. If you're a Hellblazer fan, definitely pick it up. It's a gorgeous looking book, and I do have some questions about the continuity with regard to other previous Vertigo titles, because a character shows up in here that makes me wonder how that happens. So I'm definitely curious to read this whole series, and I'll definitely be picking it up as it goes. My cat is currently bonking his head into the door trying to get in. There he is. There he is. So anyway, let me know what you guys think of Hellblazer. Is he one of your characters? Is he somebody that you like to follow the exploits of? Do you have a favorite Hellblazer storyline? If so, let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the little dingy bell, blah, blah, blah. You can also join us on Facebook. If you just look up for Cult Pop Podcast, there's a Facebook group for that. And we do movie club and book club with my comic shop, JD's Hero Complex in Manayunk, Pennsylvania. So every Tuesday night at 8 p.m., we meet for either book club or movie club. They alternate. So book club is every other week, and then in between those are movie club. So this past week, we just talked about Peanut Butter Falcon, starring Shia LaBeouf, actual cannibal Shia LaBeouf. And this Tuesday night, we're going to talk about Saga Volume 1 from Brian K. Vaughan. And, oh, what is her name? She's so good. Brian K. Vaughan and, oh, I'm embarrassed that I forgot her name. She's so great. So, yeah. And then I think the polls just ended and we voted for Palm Springs. So Palm Springs on Netflix will be next Tuesday at 8 p.m. Anyway, come hang out with us. It's a blast. You can tweet at me at JD's Hero Complex. Oh, and don't forget to tune in for our Cult Pop Podcast live stream every Sunday morning at 10:30 a.m. where we will review that week's books, and I'm sure I'm going to make the guys talk about this with me, as well as Black Widow #1, which is coming out this week. So yeah, it'll be a rollicking good time, as they say. No one says that. Yeah, thanks so much, and I'll talk at you later.